You may remember that 23 Thai hostages were released last month from captivity in Gaza. Our Southeast Asia correspondent Jonathan Head has been to meet one of them, a farm worker. It turns out he was abducted and held with 3 young Israeli men who were mistakenly shot dead by the IDF last week. He's been giving a picture of what their captivity was like.
Wichian Temthong is giving thanks for his escape. He's one of 23 Thai hostages released by Hamas last month. He was held in tunnels under Gaza for 51 days after being captured at the Kfar Aza kibbutz, where hundreds of others, including most of his fellow Thai farm workers, were killed.
I crouched down like this and shouted, "Thailand, Thailand, Thailand!" But they kept beating me. All I could do was keep my face down. Another guy trampled on me. I crawled under the bed to hide. I was about to text my wife to say I was being taken, but then they dragged me out by my leg.
Then began his long ordeal underground, made worse by the fact that Wichian speaks no English and couldn't understand his captors or his fellow hostages.
During the first 2 weeks, I was like a madman. There was no one to talk to. To be honest, I started talking to myself. I did a lot of thinking. I wanted to ask questions, but I couldn't communicate with anyone. The only way I got through this was by thinking of the faces of my children, my wife, and my mother. I was hungry all the time because we got only 1 meal a day. I had to sip the water. They gave us 1 large bottle, which had to last 4 to 5 days, or 1 small bottle, which had to last 2 days.
He was finally freed on the 26th of November. Throughout his captivity, Wichian was held with 3 Israelis, who he now realizes were the same 3 young men mistakenly shot dead by Israeli forces last Friday.
My foreign friends and I always tried to support each other. Every day we would shake hands and do fist bumps. They would cheer me up by hugging me and patting my shoulder, but we could only communicate by using our hands.
Wichian has come back to the industrial suburb south of Bangkok, where his wife still works in a factory. He also needs a job here to pay off the loans which funded his trip to Israel. He'd only been there 10 days. But he's grateful to be back with family and friends again, and to enjoy proper food, knowing how many more hostages have yet to be freed. Jonathan Head, BBC News, Bangkok.